Dayton and Eastern Illinois coming up next on the Time Warner Television College Game of the Week. Hello and thanks for joining us on the Time Warner Television College Game of the Week. Today it's men's soccer as the Dayton Flyers take on the Eastern Illinois Panthers. Hello, I'm Mike DeGeorge, joined by my broadcast partner, former men's soccer coach here at the University of Dayton, Roy Craig. And Roy, two teams early on, though, moving in opposite directions. Dayton comes in 2-3-1, Eastern Illinois comes in 2-4, but two teams headed in different directions.
Yeah, Eastern Illinois was successful early and had a couple wins and have been struggling lately and had some injuries. Dayton, on the other hand, won 2 on the weekend, 2 big games for them, and they're made some changes and they're heading in the right direction.
Dayton picked up 2 wins in the Dayton Marriott Flyer Classic last weekend after some personnel changes head coach Dave Shurik made.
Yeah, they made some personnel changes and some system changes. They were playing a stopper sweeper, and they had Deshaun Robinson sweeping and Nate Darr at stopper. And now Nate Darr's in the middle, defensive in midfield, and Deshaun Robinson's up top, and they've gone zonal in the back with back 4.
One more personnel change that we could note tonight is the reappearance of Chris Rolfe. The scorer from Fairmont High School has not seen action this year after an injury and surgery in the offseason. Played in 10 games last year for the Flyers, was a high scorer. Dayton was 7-1-2 in the games in which Rolfe played last year.
Yeah, it's been a rumor that he's going to play for the last couple, but I think Coach plans to get him in the first half and give him 20 or 25 minutes and see what happens from there. So it'll be very exciting if he can get on.
We'll see if Chris Rolfe's on the field. We'll have starting lineups and a kickoff next, right here on Time Warner Television. Welcome back to Beaujean Field. Mike DeGeorge and Roy Craig along with you for what should be a pretty decent match tonight as Dayton takes on Eastern Illinois in men's soccer. Matchup of 2 teams out of 2 very good conferences right now. Dayton comes in at 2-3-1, having won 2 straight after winning the Dayton Marriott Flyer Classic last weekend. Eastern Illinois, like we talked about in the open, 2-4. And 2 teams moving in opposite directions, Roy. And Dayton will start with the lineup that we talked about in the open with defensively 4 in the back, 4 in the midfield, and 2 up top. The 2 up top will be Deshaun Robinson and Omar Jaron, a junior. Jaron, the target on set pieces, the tallest player in UD history at 6'5". In the midfield for Dayton will be Ty Stebbins and Aaron Swanson on the flanks, along with George Nanchoff and Nate Darr in the middle. And defensively, the 4 that'll comprise his own defense for Dayton will be Richie Campbell and Dan Harwick, Ian Mulligan, and Devin McKinney. And a freshman in goal for Dayton, Matt Troop, will see action after being named to the Dayton Marriott Flyer Classic All-Tournament team last weekend.
And for Eastern Illinois, they are also going to be playing in a 4-4-2 with a zonal back four. The back four will be David Amdor, Ryan Luckett, Mike Comiskey, and Lee Berkey across the back. Through midfield, their two wide players will be Jeff Stewartson on the left and Dustin Weir on the right. And Mike Galiski and Brad Earl will be in the middle of midfield. And up top, they've got number 9, Jimmy Clatter, and number 15, Joel Del Toro, who they're looking to score goals from their two front runners. So that's how they'll get started in the game today.
Roy, you talked to both coaches this week. Why don't you talk about a couple keys that you think are going to be a factor for today to get win number 3 on the season?
Well, I think for Dayton, they want to score early in this game. Eastern Illinois is a good team. They're organized, and I think the longer this game stays close or Eastern's ahead or whatever, the better they're going to play. And with the results that they've had recently, the fact that they're on the road, Dayton would like to score early and have some success early. They're also looking to get more organized in the final third and have better runs and earlier runs and be a little bit more organized as they go forward. And that'll obviously help them score early a little bit. And then the last thing is they want to keep more possession of the ball. So those are, I think, 3 things for Dayton. Score early, better runs up front, and keep more possession.
Gorgeous evening for soccer here at Beaujean Field on a Friday afternoon. Dayton in the red jerseys, all red tops, red shorts, working from right to our left, and Eastern Illinois in the whites, going from left to right to start things early on. Long ball up over the top by Weir. And this will get our first look at Matt Troop. For the Flyers, Ty Stebbins, 3 goals already this season, was the MVP of the Dayton Marriott Flyer Classic last weekend.
Yeah, with 2 goals and an assist, I think, on the weekend. Both goals against Wright State.
Yeah, scored the game winner in overtime. It took overtime for Dayton to beat Wright State. The Flyers had led that match for a majority of it. Gave up a late goal, and then Stebbins pounded home a goal in overtime to win it for Dayton. First win of the season, and they followed it up with a win over Evansville on Sunday to win the tournament. There's Swanson wide with it, will work it into the box. Triple teamed and has it taken away. Mulligan collects it on the near side for Dayton. To Jaron. Jaron looking for Swanson. A little late with the pass, and Eastern Illinois comes away. Jimmy Clatter with it on the far side for the Panthers. He's the guy you want to watch for today for Eastern Illinois. You shut him down, you got a pretty good chance of getting a W out of this match. Early foul as Dar goes down. Comes up a little gimpy. Dayton restarts quickly. Mulligan will have it on the near side. Mulligan looking to play to Dason Robinson too far and goes into the box. And Sims covers it. A late decision in goal for Eastern Illinois. Head coach Adam Howarth was a bit undecided between Cronin and Sims. Cronin, a junior, Sims, the redshirt freshman, went with Sims, the 6'1" keeper. Don't know what the reason for the late game decision was. Don't know if there was an injury or.
I think Coach had said this morning when I talked to him that they had a couple injuries and they were trying to feel a couple things out. So it might be the case. He might have just wanted to watch warm-ups and see, look in their eyes and see who he thought had it today. So it's hard to tell.
Eastern Illinois definitely in much of the same situation where the Flyers early in the season. Eastern Illinois won 2 early matches, but has played pretty challenging schedule. And 2-4 right now. Dayton 2-3-1 as we talked about. Jaron's header was looking for Swanson. Dason Robinson collects it. Nanchoff chips it over the top to Swanson. The Flyers trying a little combination, didn't work out. Jaron gets a head on it. But Stewartson comes away for Eastern Illinois. Plays to Brad Earl. Earl with it on the far side. Gets by Swanson.
A little bit of trickery there. He took that defender on, and it was pretty easy.
Good stuff by Stebbins to get in there. Eastern Illinois recollects and
overlap
side to Weir, and now Weir to Amdor. Amdor serves into the box. This is dangerous. Still loose in there.
And boy, the coaches want a handball, and I think that was close. It looked like the ball was in his stomach and perhaps his hands came up, but certainly the Eastern Illinois side thought that there was a handball.
Foul called against Eastern Illinois, so this is a restart for Dayton. They play quickly on the far side. And Jaron gets called for a foul now.
No real surprises early. Dayton's had some possession around the back, and the two front runners for Eastern don't seem to be pressuring a whole lot. They seem to be letting the outside backs come into the.
Check out Jaron's foul here. No doubt about that one. Rizal Milliken on the call. He's in the middle with Matt Szymanski.
Or Mike.
Yes, Mike Szymanski. Little combination for Eastern Illinois. The ball gets into the far side corner. This is a deep throw in now for Eastern Illinois.
Oh, goodness.
This is dangerous now. Cross through the middle. Troop knocks it down, and Mulligan sends it away.
Well done by Troop there. That was trouble.
Yeah, for a freshman, Troop has been pretty poised in the goal. Here's another chance.
Back heel flick.
Shot gets blocked.
Nice
and Dayton
work
comes
in the
away.
box.
Stebbins quickly in transition.
Counter, he finds Dasan.
Up to Dason, gets held up. Foul called against Eastern Illinois. Stebbins will take his time over the ball. 7 minutes in to the first half. Scoreless here at Beaujean Field. Stebbins long ball. Had a header to Dar.
Who put it back into the middle, but it just didn't find a red jersey. It was a good set piece.
As you and I were talking about, Nate Dar is fun to watch in the air. Him and Jaron are the targets on set pieces for the Flyers. Jaron at 6'5", like we talked about, the tallest Flyer in the history. And there's Jaron with the ball. Gives it away. This is dangerous here.
Off the referee, though. That was deflected off the referee.
But Hartwig takes it away. Hartwig inserted into the Flyers lineup after Coach Shurik moved Dason up to the top, and actually Hartwig was named to the All-Classic was named to the All-Classic tournament team, or the All-Classic team last weekend.
Flyers are going to be patient in the back. The Eastern Illinois forwards are really pretty passive and waiting for the players to come out of midfield to help them when balls get switched.
Hartwig sends it on the far side to Campbell. Campbell will play it back.
Got basically two lines of players here. Players standing around up front waiting for a ball, and the guys in the back, and there's nothing in midfield, so it's not a surprise that ball was given away.
Mulligan steps in again. Burke up to Stewartson. Stewartson with some space through the midfield. He slots a great ball through, maybe just a bit too far.
You can tell, in talking with the coach from Eastern Illinois, Adam Howarth, he said that the boys have been a bit unlucky, but they're confident and they believe in themselves and they think they're a good team and can play. And I think early on you can see that. They're definitely attacking and confident when they get into the final third, and this is going to be a very good game.
Comiskey has it up the near side, but Campbell intercepts it. This is going to go out of play and be a corner kick for Eastern Illinois, the first one of the match. Mike Comiskey will take the corner.
Flyers look like they have a combination of his own.
I got to think that at 6'2", Lee Burke is a target on these set pieces. Chopped in, and Troop takes it away.
Actually, I think got nicked by a Flyer and into the 18-yard line, and an Eastern Illinois player was there and had a decent shot.
I don't think he got all of what he wanted on that, and actually it was Lee Burke, I think, that
go.
took the shot. Burke knocks the cross down. It goes out of play.
Really hope to see that ball get played in the middle. He had one player to beat and just needed to bend it around the back of him. That's a little unfortunate. Omar needs to get that ball into the box.
Throw-in comes into the box. Jaron flicks it on with his head, and Sims covers it up. It's a dangerous little throw-in right there for Dayton.
Absolutely. He's 6'5", and the defenders don't look short for Eastern Illinois, but I don't know that you can. I don't know what you can do against a 6'5" player. I think that flick's going to be on as long as they want to continue to try.
No, Eastern Illinois, no slouches defensively. 6'1", 5'11", 5'10", and 6'2" along the back line for Dayton. Comes right into Troop, and Troop makes the save on a point-blank shot.
And it just missed, bouncing off a number 8 in front of the goal, which would have deflected that and made it very difficult for Troop to make a save.
Dar looks to step in. Weir has it on the near side. Weir stood up by Mulligan. But it comes to Clatter. Jimmy Clatter will break to the end line. Plays it back out to Brad Earl. Earl slips. Nanchoff, great tackle to take that away.
Here's a
and
counter.
Dayton Robinson quickly to Stebbins on the near side.
Still decent
Stebbins got
numbers.
Nanchoff on the outside. Plays it. Nanchoff, great hustle to keep it in the near corner. Nanchoff gets a right-footed service off, looking for Swanson. Bit off the mark. Comes to Stebbins, though. Stebbins looking to chip it over the top of the Nanchoff, a bit unlucky. Mulligan for Dayton.
Reset. Again, the Flyers are going to have all kinds of time in the back.
Hartwick and far side to McKinney, up to Swanson. Swanson back to McKinney. Nice run by Devin. Gets intercepted. Burke has it for Eastern Illinois. Sends a long ball up over the top, headed down by Hartwig. McKinney looking for Dayton Robinson. Nanchoff will take it back to Robinson. Robinson in the middle of the field, slips. Starr has it.
Second player to slip.
Robinson with some space. Gets tripped up, foul called against Eastern Illinois, and a deep restart for Dayton.
You would think that Nanchoff might be on the end of this. Here's the replay. Just nicks him a bit from the side.
Already the fourth foul against Eastern Illinois, just one for Dayton.
Most of the time I would say that this would probably be a serve from, what are we, 35 out, maybe a little bit more than that, but I think Flyers have some players that'll probably put this on frame.
You surprised that Jaron is back?
I think Nanchoff will probably take it.
Jaron, ball on the ground, tough for Sims, but he covers it up.
And that's what the defense was supposed to think as well. It was well taken.
He got too good of a roll off this Beaujean turf. It had been a couple years ago. That ball might have bounced right over Sims's head. Back when you were coaching here, I bet that's what happened a lot.
The Beaujean bounce lost a lot of games for us. At least that's what the player said.
No more bouncing here.
No, the turf's very nice. Oh, there we go.
Nanchoff up over the top.
It's a great
He's
ball.
got Robinson. Double team, tried looking for Jaron on a run down the middle of the field. It gets taken away, but Nanchoff steps in again. Nanchoff will battle for it, win possession, comes back to Dar up over the top. Robinson heads it on. Jaron in the air, heads it. Swanson to Robinson. and the Panthers take it away.
When Nate Dahr played that ball up over the middle, I think everyone thought nothing was going to happen, but the Flyers kind of kept after it and kept fighting, and had a chance there that Swanson tried to head that ball back to Desan for a shot, and then we have a counter and a decent shot at the other end.
And Del Toro's shot went just wide. Kind of unlucky that Dayton had all that pressure and couldn't get at least one shot on Sims on that last possession.
See, the team's tucked in very tight in midfield. They're all in, worried about the second ball here, so they'll both compete for the first ball and see who wins the second. And they both want to win it, so the teams tend to get in real tight at this point, and then whoever wins it spreads from there.
So Clatter, like you said, Clatter settles the second ball and gets a foul called, so now a restart coming for Eastern Illinois. 15 minutes, 30 seconds into the action here at Beaujean Field on the Time Warner Television College Game of the Week. Dayton and Eastern Illinois tied at 0. Ryan Luckett will take the restart. Driving ball to the top of the box. Mulligan comes away, and he's got a whole bunch of space to work with.
They've got good numbers. We've got even numbers right now.
Mulligan slots up pass to Dayton Robinson. Robinson has it taken away. Counter again for the Panthers, but Mulligan steps in, holds it up momentarily. Amdor keeps it on his feet.
Nice tackle there.
Looking for Brad Earl, but Nanchoff takes it away. Swanson with it now for Dayton.
Having a run.
Swanson tried to chip it to Jarrett, a bit too far. Good thought, though.
It's a nice idea.
And Jarrett would have been offsides anyway. Aaron Swanson, dynamic player, a freshman out of Fort Wayne, turned down Indiana and Wisconsin to come here to play to Dayton. So big-time schools that Coach Schierick stole Swanson away from.
But Nanchoff is playing some great balls out of midfield, and there's another one.
Nanchoff to the aforementioned Swanson. Swanson breaks through the double team. Great stuff. Gets held up in the box.
But here it is.
Back to Dayton Robinson. Shot just wide.
That's nice stuff all the way around. And given the fact that they got the shot, I think the referee held his whistle. There might have been a call there because Swanson certainly did go down with some contact, but good things happened for the Flyers. Jerron flicked the ball back to Desan, who had a good look, and it's the best chance the Flyers have had so far. You'd like to see it, a combination between a wide midfield player and the two front runners.
Dahr comes away with it for Dayton, looking long ball up to Jaron. But the Panthers settle it. Comes to the near side to Amdor. Amdor with it.
Oops.
Stood up by Stebbins. Amdor slipped. And Comiskey sends it out of trouble. This will be a throw-in coming now for Eastern Illinois.
Headed out by Hartwig. He's going to win most of those battles with Del Toro.
Tell you what, Roy, something else to keep an eye on today is the amount of players that have slipped tonight. I'm not sure if the turf is damp or is it a cleat issue?
You know, yeah, it's hard to say. The field got, I know, cut. It's pretty short, and that might be it. So it could be that players are all in moldeds and maybe should have gone with screw ends, but players most hate to wear screw ends. I'm sure there's a few players with them on out there, but for the most part, players don't like to wear them unless the turf is very nasty.
Ground screw doesn't particularly like the screw ends either. Offsides was whistled there against Dayton. I think Dayton Robinson was in an offsides position.
Gonna have to watch and see if Eastern's stepping, because that's the second time now that the flag's been up in the last couple minutes. So we'll try to keep an eye on what they're doing, if they're stepping up a bit, or if the Flyers are just a little impatient and running behind the defense.
Would that be an instance of Dayton not being an experienced front runner and the Eastern Illinois players knowing that and stepping up and trying to draw an offsides call?
Certainly could be. Yeah, we'll see if we can watch and see if it's a combination of those things.
All the way back to Luckett. Ryan Luckett plays it to Comiskey. Comiskey up the middle of the field. Looking for Brad Earl. Excuse me, Clatter, and near side now to Weir. Weir centers it, knocked down.
Knocked out for a throw-in.
Throw-in coming in the deep corner.
That was an example of the wide player getting the serve off. Not much came of it, but he got it past the player that he needed to and got the ball into the middle.
David Amdor will take the throw in for EIU. 20 minutes in, still scoreless. Lofted throw, comes back to the middle of the field.
Second
Weir
ball.
has it. Stebbins comes away for Dayton on the run. Stebbins can play to Swanson on the outside. He does.
Good numbers here again. You know Swanson can have a run at them.
Let's look at Jaron here. Jaron might be in an offside. Swanson's going to get a shot blocked. This will be a corner kick coming for Dayton.
You like to see that. You like to see players confident taking players on. I think that was a good choice. Good. The defender did well there.
Well, the last time Swanson took a player on, he broke through 2 defenders and got a great service off. So
I think that was Ryan Luckett he was up against, I think, there. Senior defender, center back.
Nanchoff, the junior out of North Royalton, Ohio, Walsh Jesuit product, will take the corner kick. Low driving ball, headed on by Jaron just over the top of the crossbar.
It's a couple balls now that he's won in the box, which is good to see. So he didn't win as many at the Wright State game last Friday night, as you would expect a 6'5" player to win. That's good to see. Here we go. The teams are tucking in tight again.
Sims knocks it away for EIU. Dar gets to it first. Desan settles it. Robinson with it on the near side. Robinson double teamed, knocked out, throw in coming for Eastern Illinois.
Double teamed and a cover player, and there were 3 players accounting for Desan there. So
good stuff by Dustin Weir to knock that ball off of Desan Robinson before it went out of play. So resulted in an EIU throw.
And the Flyers try to force play wide, and you'll see that from their front runners as the ball goes wide. They want to keep things one-sided and predictable when the balls come out of the back. And so the forwards kind of pattern their runs to push them down channels. If you watch Omar and Desan.
Panthers have it on the far side. Cross was headed away by McKinney.
Another player slipped down in the defense for Dayton.
Sims back in his box. Will have it restart things for EIU. Mulligan gets a hat on it. Nanchoff there, and Dar takes it away. Dar pops one up. Throw in coming for Dayton, right at the middle of the field. We were talking about the strength of both of these conferences in the Open. 3 teams ranked in the top 25 now for the Missouri Valley Conference, Eastern Illinois out of the MVC. 2 teams right now ranked in the Atlantic 10. St. Bonaventure at number 24.
And Rhode Island's at 25th, I believe.
Rhode Island at number 25. Third offsides called against Dayton.
In the Missouri Valley, I think Creighton is at 9. SMU's at 15, and Tulsa is tied with Rhode Island at 25th.
And Roy, one of the teams that's near and dear to your heart, being an old Dayton Flyer coach, St. Louis, makes its way into the Atlantic 10 next year. That is going to be a great addition on the men's soccer side for the Atlantic 10 Conference. Year in and year out, St. Louis defends for the national title. It's just cut and dry. They are one of the best teams in the country every year.
Yeah, there's no question. That's a great addition for the A10.
Ranked number 5 right now.
Which will help the power ratings and help the other teams. What happens in a situation like that is all the teams have to kind of raise their level, and it helps the conference from a power rating standpoint. It helps recruiting. It's good. Who else is coming in? Is it Marquette?
Charlotte,
UNC Charlotte. Okay, which is another good side.
And I use near and dear rather literally because I'm not sure if they were all that near and dear to your heart when you were a coach here, were they?
Well, they were always fun to play. We played against them a lot, that's for sure. Back in the days when they had Matt McKeon and Brian McBride playing, and those 2 guys were fun to watch and played well together.
Yeah, it's pretty special to look back on it and see that those players are both in the MLS right now.
Yeah, in fact, Brian McBride's in Europe, I think, playing in England.
No longer with the crew?
No, yeah, he's over with a premiership in England.
Dayton gets 2 subs into the match. Number 4, Brendan Rehnquist, a junior from Hudson, Ohio. And
17.
hey, is that Chris Rolfe? Who is that guy? It's Chris Rolfe.
That's good to see.
Haven't seen that in a while here. Easily confused with Swanson. I mean, you got 2 guys that look the same, long blonde hair.
They've got Chris in midfield, it looks like.
So the second corner coming up for Eastern Illinois. We'll check out where Dayton sorted things out after the substitutions.
It's too early to tell. I mean, Chris ran into midfield. He may be up top. I know the Flyers are playing a 4-4-2, talked about perhaps going into a 4-5-1, and with that substitution, we'll just have to look and see whether Omar is the only player up top or whether Omar and Chris Wilf are up there and there's 2 front runners.
Number 22, Matt Hodges, was the substitution for Eastern Illinois. Comiskey will take the corner to the
nice
far
serve.
post, head it back to the middle, and Rolfe is there to knock it away, but it's going to come right to Luckett. Luckett has a rip, and it's high. So let's see how things sort out now for Dayton as they work their way away from Troop.
We'll have to watch for a few minutes and see.
Swanson and Jaron are still up there. Would they have Dayton switched to 3 front runners?
Don't think so. I think Swanson's probably just forward out of the midfield, but we'll have to watch and see.
Rehnquist to Swanson on the outside.
Good tackle.
Throw-in coming. This is going to be Eastern Illinois' ball.
Number 6 again, Ryan Luckett in the back.
Stand up and the fans doing the loudest. See fresh hot pizza from Papa John's, a nice cold cola from Coca-Cola.
Rolfe looks to get his head on the ball, and it comes to Hodges. Hodges has it taken away. Rehnquist there.
So Rehnquist is definitely coming in the middle of midfield for Nanchoff, and Chris Rolfe is staying back deep. I think the Flyers might be in a 4-5-1 here, with 3 central midfielders being Rehnquist,
Mulligan,
Dar, and Rolfe.
Jaron. I'll tell you what, Omar's done that a couple times now where he's at a header and he's just headed it back into nobody.
He was trying to find Chris Rolfe there.
So being Eastern Illinois sub number 12, Phil Klemmer will get his first action of the match. Takes out Jeff Stewartson.
And it looks like Eastern Illinois has kept their system the same. I mean, they're subbing, but it looks like they're still pretty much in a 4-4-2. I think we did see a bit of a change for the Flyers. I think they're in a 4-5-1. Probably 2 purposes to it. One is to sit in before halftime and make sure nothing bad happens with the extra midfielder, and the second is to get Chris Rolfe on and get him in the middle of the park where he can get involved.
Comiskey serves a long ball, intercepted. And that's McKinney on the far side, plays it all the way back. And Dayton will restart. Troop up the far side looking for Swanson.
Nice ball by Troop there.
Throwing for the Flyers coming up. We're in the 29th minute at Beaujean Field. Still scoreless in the Time Warner Television Game of the Week between Dayton and Eastern Illinois.
A little chest pass there from Dar to Rehnquist.
Mulligan. And Richie Campbell slipped up, goes all the way to the far side to McKinney. McKinney and Campbell will knock it around defensively. Out of Rehnquist.
Dayton's knocking the ball around the back, and Eastern Illinois is just kind of sitting in and waiting to see when they come forward.
Rehnquist, Rolfe, and then Swanson back to Rolfe. Rolfe goes down, gets right back up though. I'm sure Coach Schurek's stomach jumped into his throat that time. Swanson for Dayton now. Jaron has it. Plays it.
Boy, Dayton is just lackadaisical.
Mulligan tracks it down on the near side, right across the midfield stripe. Back to Stebbins.
In the back. You can't say that about Ty Stebbins. He's never lackadaisical.
Stebbins, Jaron. Mulligan again. Stebbins will play middle of the park to Rolfe.
But one of the things that we talked about was possession, though, and Dayton certainly has some possession in the last 5 minutes.
Rehnquist, Jaron.
They've gotten the ball forward, so let's see if we can end up with a chance or a goal.
Rehnquist tried to chip it over the top to Swanson. It's taken away, and the ball comes all the way back to Troop. Troop's going to have to play this. Lets it roll out for a goal kick. There's a look at Troop, the freshman from Peachtree City, Georgia. 1.15 goals against average, 9 saves and 26 shots. They started both of the 2 Flyer victories this season.
And that was another of the changes I think that was made. And
yep.
He's got the hot hand, so coach is going to stay with him.
Steve Ladislaw, the senior from Philadelphia, had started the first 4. Had the shutout in the 0-0 tie with Wisconsin-Milwaukee, but switched to Troop for the last 2 games, and Troop picks up 2 wins. So you got to stay with the hot hand. Foul called against Dayton. This will be a restart coming for Eastern Illinois in the 32nd minute. Headed on. Knocked out of trouble.
Nate Dar slipped.
By Hartwig.
We had some excitement early, but now both teams have settled down and I think are being very patient and not taking any chances, and it's kind of a little bit boring at the moment. Not that that's not what both coaches want. Just as fans, we want more.
It's been a couple minutes since we've seen a shot here. Shot count is 2-2. Both have been on goal. Correction. Shot count is 2-2 on goal. 4-4 overall. Stebbins, great chance, left-footed shot, saved by Sims. Stays alive though. Stebbins will recollect it.
Nice counter to Ty. I mean, I think Eastern Illinois was kind of lulled to sleep there, and Ty got forward, and that was a good chance.
Stebbins' cross got knocked down. If Rehnquist gets to what he does, Eastern Illinois is offside.
Offsides. He came back onsides.
Hartwig plays to Jaron, gets stood up. Jaron at 6'5", tries to keep possession with his strength. He does. Rehnquist. And now Mulligan. Back to Rehnquist. Mulligan. Looks as if he might have taken a pass on the overlapping run. Doesn't. This is Stebbins. Cross to Swanson. Heads it to Jaron. Gets held. Shot. Is rolling towards the goal. Gets saved.
Oh, my goodness. Another great chance. We were just talking about no chances, and now we've had 2 in the last couple minutes. It's good to see. It's a nice ball by Ty Stebbins.
And the defender on Jaron did everything he could to hold him back. Jaron still got a shot off, and it was a dangerous chance. Maybe if he hadn't been held, he would have gotten a little more on the shot. And I think that's what Coach Shurik is arguing now. Let's take a look at this one again. This will be a good replay here.
Mike saying that Omar got ridden.
Oh, man.
It looks like he got pulled down a bit. And if that's the case, the referee might have gone with advantage again. He got a shot off towards goal.
So the Panthers with it on the far side. Middle of the park. Hodges gets double teamed, but Hodges keeps actually. That was Stewartson with the shot. Hodges gave it up to Stewartson, and Stewartson broke free and ripped the shot from right at the top of the box, just over.
Stewartson's probably been the trickiest player for them. He's taken some players on a couple times and made some things happen, a little bit of a spark. I think he's playing well. He came into the middle as they made a sub, because I think he started wide in midfield, and he's come into the attacking role. And Mike Gillespie, the Englishman, is sitting in behind him now in midfield.
Gillespie, one of 2 foreign players on the roster for Eastern Illinois, the other from Fukuoka, Japan, Takeshi Kikuta.
It's Mick Gillespie. Excuse me, where was he from?
Who, Kakuta?
Yes.
Take a guess. From Japan.
I just wanted to hear you say the city again.
Fukuoka.
Very good.
Long ball up over the top, looking for Clatter, was a bit too high, and Troop takes it away. Troop punts it away, long ball.
Good drop kick. I mean, a low-driven ball.
If I'm not mistaken, Troop was a couple feet away from an assist against Evansville. Was he not? He sent a driving punt that landed almost on the top of the box, and the header went over.
Looked like a handball there.
Mulligan gets called for the handball, so this will be dangerous now for Eastern Illinois in the 36th minute. Still scoreless, but after about a 10-minute stretch of little action, Dayton just had two great chances.
You know, they've played the ball far post on most of their restarts here and then tried to pull it back with the head ball, but there's a lot of space at that near stick. Now that player stepped into it, so there's less. We'll have to see if he plays the ball across the goal.
Comiskey will take it. Right-footed ball, bending away. Troop knocks it down and covers it. Dayton could come out quickly here. He wanted to.
It was a near post ball. That was dangerous. That was a good service.
I think Troop wanted to play out quickly because the Flyers might have had some numbers. He punts it. Rolfe might have gotten a shove in the back. Dar with it in the middle of the field. Rehnquist plays it near side to Mulligan. Mulligan back to Rehnquist.
Rehnquist has gotten a lot of touches since he's been on. Seems confident on the ball.
Surprisingly, the player who hasn't seen many touches is Stepp.
No, and when he does, it's dangerous.
But Rehnquist will play far side.
Here's some room. Swanson was tucked in and pulls out and finds some space for himself.
Swanson, he's been dangerous with the ball at his feet. Changes direction, leaves it for Rolfe. Rolfe will chip it to Jaron, who's
No
on
flag.
side, but it's a bit too far.
Great idea, though, and that's one of the things that, you know, Chris Rolfe brings to the team.
Yeah, tremendous ability to create plays. And it's probably one of those things, if he had gotten action in 5 games, that ball would have been right on the feet of Jaron.
Yeah, he scores goals, and everyone knows that, but he's also tremendous at setting the rest of the players up, and obviously that's the role they're looking to play him in today.
Hartwig gets called for the foul as he knocked down Eastern Illinois' Jimmy Clatter. So this gives Eastern Illinois a restart in the 38th minute. Comiskey will take it, the sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri. Comiskey, right-footed ball to the far post, headed away by Dar.
Second ball one, and then the player pulled.
We're going to have a card
Swanson
coming up
pulled.
here.
Yeah, that's worth a booking.
Possibly a good foul, though, because if Swanson gets away, that could be a huge advantage for Dayton. We'll take a look at the card again. As the old Bill Glisson would say, a little bit of fabric testing going on there.
Yeah, there's some fabric testing. Thought the game was over and they were switching jerseys. He got booked, and that was the right decision.
Probably shouldn't say the old Bill Glisson.
Sure you should.
He's legendary, though. Stebbins with the top of the box, right-footed shot just wide. Great stuff by Stebbins to settle it and turn quickly.
And the last, 3 dangerous things that have happened for the Flyers, Ty's been right in the middle of it.
And now Pokey Tenendi will come on, the junior from Missouri City, Texas. Had an assist as Dayton played Michigan very tough up in Ann Arbor. Michigan now ranked number 3.
And it looks like Pokey went wide and Swanson's gone up top. So They're hoping that Swanson can take some players on and run past him and get a goal.
And Tenente was kind of the one left out of the lineup reshuffle by Coach Shurik, so he's coming off the bench. But definitely a guy that can score and create some chances.
Good service.
Service across.
Oh, my goodness.
Still alive there.
Oh, it's going to be the second yelling by the coach for a handball. That's twice. Coach is saying, what do we have to do?
Panthers coach wanted a handball in the box. That was a dangerous chance for Eastern Illinois on the service.
Just that long drop kick.
Mulligan tracks it all the way down, sends it back. Stebbins now with it. Leaves it for Dar. Dar with some space. Up to Swanson. After his defender slips, Swanson gets through. Into the box, crosses it to the far post, headed by Rolfe over the top of the crossbar.
No. I don't know. That might have been in had Pokey not headed it. You can't fault him for trying. Great chance.
What a
there.
great chance. We'll take a look at that one again. Great stuff by Swanson. Oh, just over the top.
It was close. The goalkeeper was maybe going to make that save. It's hard to say, but it certainly was a dangerous attempt either way. Good chance, good to see. Definitely, I mean, the Flyers have asserted themselves here in the last 15 or 20 minutes. They've had 3 or 4 quality chances. And
I'll tell you what, it's ever since Rolfe came into the match.
He makes a difference. Some of it might be psychological for his teammates, and some of it is, the way that he plays and what he does.
I mean, the fans here at Beaujon have been lulled into a sleep. Rolfe comes on, and Dayton generates 3 quality chances.
Flags up and been up for a while.
Yeah, EIU was in an offsides position, so restart coming for Dayton. Go back to that Michigan game when Dayton took a 2-1 loss on the chin at Michigan. A match in which all reports said Dayton outplayed the number 3 Wolverines from start to finish. But an extremely unlucky result, obviously.
Be nice in the last 3.5 minutes if we could get a goal here.
Service too far up over the top. 8 minutes left here in the first half. Dayton and Eastern Illinois tied at 0. 4 shots on goal for the Flyers. 2 shots for Eastern Illinois. The corner kicks 2-1 in favor of the Panthers.
Well received there by number 7 in midfield. He received it with the outside of his foot away from the defender and just played back to keep the ball.
That was Weir who played back to Amdor. And the service up over the top by Luckett is too far. Troop collects it. Troop, another big punt away. Looking for Tenende. But Swanson will track it down. Swanson, good stuff to keep it alive. And knocks it off an EIU player for a throw-in. But before that, we'll have Annie Arst coming into the match.
For Ty Stebbins.
Arst, a sophomore at 5'8" from Tallinn, Estonia, has played in 5 games with 3 shots, and he'll give Stebbins a rest. Stebbins comes off to a nice round of applause from the crowd.
And that's really probably mostly what that is just getting Ty a couple extra minutes rest at the break. Ball played into Rolfe. Great turn.
Right-footed shot gets blocked. It's going to come right to Dar. Dar had trouble bringing it down. Arst keeps it alive with the header to Swanson. And this is going to be a corner kick. Swanson's shot was deflected by the Panther defense. So Tenende will take the corner.
Is that our first corner?
Second.
Second, thank you.
Dayton's second. This ball will come swinging out. Low driving ball. Rehnquist is going to come to Rolfe. Rolfe slips up. I'm not counting, but I think that's about 10 or 11 slips tonight just in the first half.
Yeah, I think if the players have screw-ins, if they're not wearing them, they should be in the second half. And I'm sure the coaches and the players will sort that out.
Dayton restart.
Good ball.
Headed on
Off
by
the
Dar off
post.
the crossbar, still
Still
alive. Goes over the top
Oh,
of the
my
goal.
goodness. They're going to call a foul on the Flyers, but I don't know.
Wow.
Great
Would love to look at that
service.
one again. It was a great service from the defense.
Dar
I
won the
believe it
ball.
was Campbell. Dar's header bangs
Great
off
header,
the crossbar.
straight up. The goalkeeper
Can't get any closer.
grabs or punches anything that he can there, and I think Pokey got the best of that.
So how about that? Tenende comes in off the bench and generates 2 quality chances. Well, generates 1 chance and may have knocked Rolf's shot over the crossbar, but still it was dangerous.
Absolutely, he was in the right place. That was good. That was a good end for the Flyers. Took a little break in the middle of that half and came on strong. And reset the tone for the second half.
Definitely as the first half ends, the momentum swinging in the momentum of the Flyers. It was 2-2 in shots about midway through the second half, and Dayton racked up a whole bunch to gain momentum as they head into halftime. And we've got to look at the insertion of Rolf into the lineup off the bench that gave the Flyers the offense. So see if he stays on to the second half. We'll go to halftime, tied at 0 here on the Time Warner Television College Game of the Week. Welcome back to Beaujean Field. Mike DeGeorge and Roy Craig along with you for the Time Warner Television College Game of the Week. Today it's men's soccer as Dayton hosts Eastern Illinois. And Roy, we said it in the opening, this was going to be an exciting match to watch. And the first 45 minutes was just that. Dayton outshoots Eastern Illinois 12-6, but man, we got to get a goal.
Yeah, they had some good chances for sure, and it was a good match. You're right. And you know, when we look back on the keys of what we talked about, we said score early. That didn't happen. The Flyers definitely had some possession, and at times their runs up front were very good, and we were able to find them and be dangerous. And especially a flurry there that last 10 minutes, where a lot of nice things happened. And it might have been the substitutions, it might have been a variety of things, but that was a good run for us. So hopefully we can keep things going.
Yeah, I mean, you could talk about Chris Rolf and Pokey Tenende coming into the match and providing some instant offense in a game that had kind of started quickly and then lulled into definitely had lulled into a midfield battle, knocking around for possession. Pokey and Rolfie come in off the bench and generate a couple quick chances for Dayton. So Pokey's going to stay on the field,
and so does Chris Rolf.
And Desan Robinson comes back on. Rolf will stay on as well.
Rehnquist is in midfield.
No Stebbins, no Swanson. for Dayton.
Correct. Wide players are Pokey, and is that Arnst over there?
Yeah, Arst stays on the field as well for Dayton. Ball goes quickly into the corner.
It was a good half. I think that talked with Coach Schurik a little bit, and I think it was, one of the things that he said at halftime, and we'd have to agree with, is that while we had possession in the back, it was a little bit too slow and methodical. And, oh, here we go.
Arst, header, shot.
Goal. That changes things.
Gets the goal.
There we go. Or was that Dasan Robinson? It was Dasan Robinson with the goal, number 12.
Thank you. Robinson gets the goal for Dayton. My apologies. Dasan Robinson scores for the Flyers.
So we got the goal early in the second half. Here's the replay. Ball played in.
Great service by McKinney.
Won by Arst.
Header by Arst.
And then Dasan just snicks in and beats the goalkeeper and both of the central defenders. Nice goal. Well, they scored early in the second half, right?
Yeah,
so that got us going. That's what we needed, and hopefully they can build on that.
Your key was score early. You didn't say when.
That's correct. We'll take it. Nice goal.
Flyer goal scored by number 12, Dayton Robinson.
It's a great way to start a half.
Number 8, Devin McKinney.
First ball intercepted.
Devin played a nice ball. That was a good service here. Oh, offsides.
Robinson gets whistled for offsides. The third for Dayton in the match.
So it looks like perhaps Dayton's in a 4-4-2 now with Rolf and Dasan up top. We'll have to see if Rolf extends completely or if they're still sort of in a 4-5-1.
That was great stuff by McKinney to get ahead in there and intercept that pass. Burke.
Oh,
Rolf, great
it's a little
stuff.
magic. And he finds
Keeps
his
it alive,
running mate.
slots it to Robinson. Robinson wide to Arst. Arst, right-footed service. Headed
Still
down,
trouble, still trouble.
alive. Punched away, knocked out of trouble. So Earl tracks back defensively for EIU, sends back to his keeper, Mike Sims.
EIU looks much the same as they started the game. 4 and 7 wide, 8 and 18 in the middle of midfield.
Mulligan turns it upfield to Arst.
22 is on up top for
Matt Hodges.
Matt Hodges. Yeah, he's on up top instead of Del Toro.
Possession comes near side to Tenende. Tenende forward to Rolf. Rolf has trouble handling it. And it comes to Burke. Dar steps in.
That was close to a giveaway.
Foul gets called against Dayton. 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the second half. Dayton on the early goal from Dasan Robinson. Gets on the board first and leads 1-0. Scores on their 6th shot on goal. 13th shot overall of the game. Driving ball. This is trouble. Tenende tracks it down, keeps it alive for Troop, and Troop covers it up.
Well done. He got on that quickly, and he's going to play a quick ball.
Troop quickly away.
For Dasan.
Robinson brings it down. We'll play back to Rehnquist.
I thought Rehnquist did well in the second half as well. I thought he was pretty active and did some nice things. I think he earned staying on in the middle of midfield.
Yeah, great stuff by Rehnquist in the first 45. Got a lot of touches, like we talked, like we mentioned. Flicked on by Hodges, looking for Clatter. Clatter gets stood up by Richie Campbell. Campbell plays out to Rehnquist. Gets triple team there, taken away by Hodges. Hodges with it for EIU to the end line.
Good win
McKinney
there.
intercepts it, takes it away. Rolf gets pushed in the back, but keeps it alive on the near side to Tenende. Tenende with it. Slices back towards the middle of the field. He's got a run by Dar. Dar can't settle. It's going to stay alive, though. Dar gets called for the foul. Don't know about that.
It's a little bit of a mystery. I think Pokey, I'm not sure Pokey was playing that ball to Dar or to Arnst wide in midfield.
Take a look at the foul call again, and I think they just go shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, I don't see much there at all.
That would have been a great win by Dar because he could have kept that ball alive and had an option with Arst.
McKinney's forward.
Robinson. Rehnquist.
That was a foul.
Foul
Not a bad
called
one.
against Richie Campbell, so a restart here coming for EIU. Trailing 1-0 on the goal by Dayton Robinson.
Not a bad foul there. They might play short here. The Flyers have completely turned. Okay, someone noticed. Let's say the Flyers had turned their backs.
Dave Brown, halftime substitution. Left-footed ball knocked away by Rehnquist. Going to come right back to Brown. Brown will serve it back in. Weir leaves it for Brown. Knocks it back to Ryan Luckett. Luckett with it, looking for a serve.
Right up the middle.
Shot by Brown. It's going to come to Troop. Stewartson looked a bit undecided whether or not he wanted to let that ball go through or whether they want to get a touch on it for EIU.
Yeah, Brown must be on in the back.
Ball was out. Clatter tried to keep it alive along the near side. Touch went out of play.
Brown must be on for Mike Comiskey, number 5. Took me a while to figure that out. Uh-oh.
Robinson had a run, but good stuff by Dave Brown to knock it away.
I was talking to one of the Eastern Illinois players on the way to the goal. Here's a chance.
Rolfe with it, middle of the field. Shot gets blocked and he gets knocked down. Jumps right back up though.
And he was talking about how much slipping there was, but he wasn't sure if studs were going to be the answer.
Dar shot
What a hit.
off the crossbar. Stays alive though. Tenenning will collect it.
What a cracker that was.
Wow.
That was from 30. Across the goal to
Second
the top crossbar.
of the game for Dar. He had the header early in the first half. Late in the first half. Dar, the junior from Centerville, a bit unlucky today at Beaujon as the woodwork has nailed him a couple times. Substitution for EIU. Number 5, Mike Comiskey, will come back in and he'll take out Brown.
Well, the Flyers are definitely fired up here and have had some chances.
They have had some monster chances on goal.
Definitely looking like a 4-4-2 for the Flyers with Rolfe. And
there's a look at Mike Sims. He's had his work cut out for him tonight. That's the 7th. Well, the crossbar wasn't the 7th shot on goal, but 7 shots on goal for Dayton. 14 overall in the match.
I'm sure if you talked to him, he was completely sure both of those balls were going to hit the crossbar.
It's like golf, Roy. You aim for the trees, you're never going to hit the tree.
That's correct. Goalkeepers are like that. I think both teams' back fours are playing pretty well defensively. It's zonal. It takes a lot more communication. It's a lot more cerebral than playing a stopper and a sweeper. And you know, Dayton's very new at it. This only being their 3rd game, but I think they've done a very nice job in the back.
Rolfe chips it over the top. I don't know if he had Tenende or Robinson, but both were there. Eastern Illinois comes away on the far side. Shipped it up over the top. Richie Campbell knocks it down with the head. Comes to Dar. There's Mulligan.
Looking for Desan, getting the ball forward fairly quickly there. It's a white ball, I think. Get nicked off.
Clatter's pass got nicked, and there's a Dayton Flyer down on the turf. The clock will stop. It's Devin McKinney.
That's scary because I don't think anything happened, and we all know as athletes and soccer players, a lot of times the injuries are serious injuries or things that shouldn't have happened. It looks like it's his knee. It's not good. There may have been, he may have gotten nicked as that ball went out of bounds. I don't know if we have the opportunity for a replay.
Kanami Yamaguchi, the Dayton trainer, is out there talking to McKinney. He's holding that left knee.
Yeah, that's scary because when nothing, nothing was involved and you see someone down in pain, it's just. We've seen that too many times.
McKinney, a sophomore from North Olmsted, Ohio. Started 4 games, played in all 6 of them. Took a red shirt last year. Let's take a look at the replay. There's McKinney.
He was involved in a tackle.
Left knee that went under him when he slid. I don't know.
So
you never want to speculate an injury like that, but
look at it
another
again.
angle from the truck now.
I didn't even remember the tackle.
Ooh.
See if he gets up though, how he looks, or if it's.
Looks like he hopped back up. I don't know. But Roy, if you look at the Dayton schedule coming up, we'll open it. This is the final non-conference game for Dayton. We'll open up Atlantic 10 play on the road next weekend at St. Bonaventure and Duquesne. And we'll have St. Joe's and Temple back here. The St. Joe's match will be here on Time Warner Television. Should be a decent match against the Hawks. But tough places to play, St. Bonaventure and Duquesne. It's always tough to win at McGraw-Jennings Field and Olean, and then got to play on the turf in Pittsburgh. So it could be 2 tough matches for Dayton to open the season.
Well, St. Bonaventure's ranked as well.
That's right,
which
and the Bonnies are ranked. It would be nice if they stayed ranked because it's
a good win for us.
It would be a good win for us if you can get it. It's always a good resume builder to say you beat a top 25 team, but as the Flyers are aware of last season, beating a top 25 team doesn't necessarily get you into the tournament, as Dayton was the highest ranked team left out of the tournament
32nd
after
or 33rd on RPI.
5 or 6 top 25 teams, playing 5, beating 3.
And some at-large teams that got in that were not ranked as highly.
Hodges. Shot by Gillespie is wide, and Troop is going to play quickly again. Well, he's going to hold up now.
Looks like Swanson went on for Devin in the back.
Swanson came in.
And has stayed in the back. He's been wide in midfield up top and now at right back. A versatile player for the Flyers as a freshman. It's good to see. Yeah, both teams are gearing up for their conference play. I mean, for both teams, I think with the starts they had, especially, their conference is going to be the ticket to getting into the postseason. So both need to focus on being ready to play when those happen.
Dayton is then home, as we talked about, for St. Joe's and Temple. And then we'll hit the road for 4 straight matches. And I'll tell you what, Roy, those are 4 tough games at Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Richmond, and GW.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's good to get a game on the GW turf, though, because that's where the conference tournament will be, and GW plays on the sports turf, if we're not mistaken, and that's where the conference tournament is this year for the men's side.
Yeah, that'll be a good run through for the 4 teams that get in. This is the year, right, that Dayton has all the away games in the conference, correct?
I
think that the A10 is and it started that way, is that one year you have 5 or 7 home games, and the next year you only have 3 or 4. Are we in that
correct,
year?
And we're in that year where there's only 4 Atlantic 10 home games for Dayton. St. Joe's, Temple, and then Fordham, LaSalle. We'll have the St. Joe's game for you on Time Warner Television later in the season.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit harder, for sure.
And then any time that the men are home, the women are on the road, or vice versa, so the women get the benefit of a couple more home games. And they had to have that tough schedule last year of all the games on the road. The women did.
Good tackle there.
And ours will come away with it. Looking up the near side for Robinson, a bit too far.
Lucky we were behind. I was going to say it'll probably not be too long if this scoreline stays the same, or if the Flyers get another goal, that we won't see White pushing some more players forward. It almost looks like they have 3 up top now at times. And of course, as they throw players forward, it leaves us a chance to be able to get in behind them, open some things up behind them a little bit. So we'll see how this plays out.
Swanson has it. Ball up the near side. This is going to stay into the corner. Robinson will give chase there. Lock the possession in. This could be a throw in for Dayton. No, it's actually an EIU throw. Robinson thought it was going to be his. Not agreeing with the call of the assistant referee, Mike Szymanski. Tenende settles it to Rolfe.
Oh, he's
Rolfe up over the top. He's got
Pokey,
Tenende on the run.
That's a great ball.
Starting to come back. Starting to show that touch that he's got.
Yeah, not too many guys even try that pass, let alone are able to connect with it. And that was inches away from having Pokey be past the goalkeeper with an open net.
Comiskey plays the ball to the far side. Brad Earl in the middle of the field gets fouled by Dayton Robinson.
Put his arm around him, and that's unfortunate because they had the pressure and they were probably going to win that next ball anyway.
Weir on the far side, crosses it to the middle. Gillespie pops it up. Troop is there. It's still loose, and Troop comes away with it. Foul, offsides against Eastern Illinois. And Dayton comes out quickly. Here's Swanson. Swanson with some speed and some space. Up the near side, and Robinson is offside.
Boy, that didn't look like offsides from here. I'm trying to look at
back-to-back offsides calls.
Yeah, Flyer benched him like it. You tend to see that a lot more when a team's playing with a zonal back four, sometimes called a flat back four, because at times they are square and there's no space for players to run in behind like there is when there's a sweeper standing in. So often you'll see more offsides when a team's playing that way. And that's part of what we saw in both those cases.
Amdor plays forward to Gillespie. Gillespie service across, gets intercepted by Tenende. Tenende up the near side, gets a benefit of a bounce, and this is right to the feet of Arst,
who has a good service. Likes to keep possession.
Back to Mulligan. And now middle of the park to Hartwig.
And the wide players here are pulling out, pulling defenders out of the middle and looking for passing lanes to get the ball.
Hartwig to Tenende, and Tenende leaves it for Swanson. Swanson plays it all the way back to Campbell. Campbell looking for Rolfe up over the top. Rolfe settles a quick shot. It's almost to the top of the physical activity center.
He almost roofed it, but it was the wrong roof.
Nanchoff and Stebbins will see their first action of the second half. Brendan Rehnquist continues to give the Flyers good minutes. He'll get a rest, as will Tenende. Both gave the Flyers great sparks off the bench.
I think Rolfe may be coming wide in midfield here. He's trying to communicate with the coach now and figure out, but Nanchoff definitely went into the middle, and so did Ty Stebbins.
I'll tell you what, that shot may have been high, but it was amazing how quickly he was able to settle that ball and get in a position to shoot it. I don't even think he was in a position to shoot it. He just spun his body and whacked it.
I think Dayton has fallen back into a 4-5-1 again with that substitution and protecting a lead, and they attacked well out of it at the end of the second half. So coach has some confidence that they can still go forward and get a second goal, and yet it'll be a little bit safer in the back as they defend. I think Dayton will be up top by himself.
Stebbins up to Dar. Dar plays it wide to Arst. Arst, middle of the field, Nanchoff. Nanchoff could have played it quickly to Swanson on the near side. Leaves it for Robinson, though. Robinson shot, big save, still alive.
Rebound.
This is going to be a corner coming up.
Goalkeeper definitely had a little bit of a problem with that rebound. He was having a hard time getting up. Good save.
Mike Sims, the redshirt freshman goalkeeper, as we said, was a game-time decision for Eastern Illinois, and he has been peppered tonight. The seventh shot on goal for Dayton.
Nanchoff can drive the ball. He's got a very strong leg. So we'll see what they have here.
Look for Dar. It's going to get knocked away, but it's going to come right.
Play that wide.
Back to Dayton.
Back to the kicker.
Nanchoff has it again. Right-footed ball to the far post. Dar header. Big save.
Great stuff there. What a great, it's great to have a player like that on the field that you know is going to win almost every ball and can do what he can do with it. And he's, defensive in midfield. It's a new position for him. He needs, to continue to get a little bit better with the ball at his feet and make decisions out of midfield. But he can defend, he can head, he can go forward, and he's tough. So he'll just continue to get better in that role of defensive in midfield.
Dar put some pressure on there. And actually, As a result, Dayton's going to take it away. Robinson, after a pass from Nanchoff, gets held up. He's going to leave it for Dar. Nanchoff will have it again. Nanchoff looking for Stebbins. Couldn't connect.
Flyers don't want to get too many players forward here. They get behind the ball.
Stebbins takes it away. Good stuff by Ty. On the far side, there's Arst. Crosses it to Robinson.
Flags
Flicks
up.
it. He's offside.
Flags up. That looked too good to be true.
Fifth offsides for Dayton. Fourth.
Most of them have been trying to gain an advantage, though, not just laziness and standing in an offsides position as the ball's played. So,
the 4 offsides, it's quite possible that the sign has been whistled for all 4 of them. Mulligan lets it roll out. Dayton throwing coming up.
And it's just, a foot from he's behind the defense and on goal. So it's a chance that, you're willing to take as long as they're mistiming of runs and trying to make something happen.
18 minutes into half number 2. Dayton leads 1-0 on the goal right out of halftime by Dayton Robinson.
It's a nice one-touch play by EIU there. They knocked the ball around 5 times. Rolfe with his first touch
on the near
wide.
side.
Substitute.
Del Toro will come back in, the forward.
Joel the Ball. What a great name. Del Toro.
Freshman from Geneva, Illinois at 5'7".
Who's getting in the way or what?
Jimmy Clatter with it for Eastern Illinois. With Swanson on him. Crosses the ball. Troop scoops it up and he's going to play.
Very confident, Troop in the back.
Yes, he is.
It's very confident in control. Here comes that drop kick.
Huge ball is going to come right to Robinson.
That's a nice
Been
thing.
unlucky.
He stood with his arms up, and he's kind of got a point. If he can put the ball that far, the Flyers would do well to put another player or 2 forward in the target zone so they could look to get on a second ball there.
Dayton foul.
If you lose possession there, there's not much chance of getting countered, so it's a pretty safe play.
There's a look at Mike Sims. He has had his work cut out for him tonight in the defending the Eastern Illinois goal. 16 shots for the Flyers, and we still have a bulk of time left to play.
I think if you cut his hair short and he and our keeper switched shirts, you wouldn't even notice. They look quite a bit alike from this far away.
Crossed and header, big save by Troop. Brad Earl was right there for the header from point blank range, and Troop covered it.
Great serve and a great head. The player knows that was one he may not see another chance like that for a while.
Robinson tries to keep it alive. Throw in for Dayton in front of the Flyer bench.
But it's the first real chance that they've had probably this half in a while. And so the EIU fans, who are few and far between here, are probably hoping that it's the beginning of a trend.
Roy, that's the first chance they've had since early in the first half, if I'm not mistaken, because
I think so.
we had a flurry early at both ends, and we were lulled to sleep for a little bit, and then Dayton poured it on late, and it was all Dayton in the final 20 minutes of the half. Stebbins collects it. Leaves it for Rolfe. Rolfe tried to find Nanchoff. Arse header comes to Dar. Bit unlucky for Dar. Ball just bounced over his head. Arse, good stuff to track it down. Tackle.
Oh, and then a Meg.
Stebbins knocks it away to Rolfe and to Swanson. Swanson with some space on the run. Gets by Stewartson. Swanson still with it. Middle of the field to Nanchoff. Nanchoff will send it far side. Arse now. Arse plays it back to Stebbins. Stebbins forward to Nanchoff. Corner shot gets blocked. Corner kick coming up. Fifth corner kick for Dayton. 2 for Eastern Illinois. Dayton out shooting the Panthers 16-7.
You see that more and more players are hanging in second range outside the D for the Flyers, looking for that ball.
Corner gets knocked away. He's going to come right to Stebbins. Stebbins with it.
Far bar, not high enough.
Arce will collect it. Mulligan, left-footed service. Headed away by the Panthers, and they'll come out now. This is Del Toro. Stood up by Nanchoff. Nanchoff scored his first goal this season Sunday against Evansville, also as an assist. This is Richie Campbell. Campbell leaves it for Rolfe. Rolfe crosses it. Nanchoff has trouble settling it. Leaves it for Robinson.
Which is what he wanted to do, I think, in his first touch, and it just wasn't good enough, but he was able to recover and get it there anyway.
Robinson, Richie Campbell. Again, the cross gets knocked down.
Goalkeeper's
way
out of the box.
This is dangerous. Heads it out of trouble. Mulligan.
Yeah, he got across the run well there in the back as the defender, just to make sure that he wasn't going to get a free run at the goalkeeper or the ball.
Arce had a bit of trouble bringing it down, then slipped getting up.
It was Danny Hartwig who got across that run back there.
Pass is looking for Del Toro, is too far. Hartwig has it. Forward to Nanchoff. Nanchoff gets double teamed at the midfield stripe, leaves it for Hartwig.
Well done by Desan. Kept the ball, kept possession.
Robinson, Nanchoff.
Only to watch George give it away.
Burrow leaves it.
Here's a counter.
Stewartson's pass gets intercepted.
There was where Rolfe just probably wasn't used to going at players quite so much. Was setting the defender up and forgot the ball.
Service comes up over the top. It's in the corner.
Nick's play on another mag. You know, the combination of things there, would you almost, that's almost a foul. I mean, he got away from the first one, but the second defender got in because he got held up on the first one.
And the Eastern Illinois coach is having his way right now with the referee, Rizal Milliken. Wanted a foul called against Swanson, and he's still on him. Nanchoff, long service.
Nanchoff plays those balls well. That's about the fourth in this match.
Far side, Arst.
Desan's in the box.
Robinson taken away. Hartwig tracks it down for Dayton. Plays wide. Correction, Mulligan now wide to Arst.
I have a suspicion there's going to be a goal scored before this game's over. And EIU starting to go forward a little bit more. Dayton's getting some chances.
Nanchoff.
I don't think it's going to stay 1-0.
Changes direction. Into the box. Shot. Just over the top of the crossbar.
Well, he had that set up well. Come a couple more subs in for everybody.
And he cut back against the grain and ripped a left-footed shot. Was just over the crossbar. So we're going to see two substitutions for Dayton. Omar Jaron will come back into the match for the first time in the second half, and we'll see for the first time on the field in the game number 2, Tyler Brogno, a freshman from Dayton, Ohio.
And Tyler's gone wide right in midfield, I think, and with the 5 in midfield that Dayton's playing with, and Omar, of course, went up top. Nanchoff is kind of playing the attacking midfield role, and I think Ty Stebbins and Dar are defensive end behind him. That's how they've organized the middle of the midfield there.
And Brogno has seen action in every game so far this season. And we'll get 2 more substitutions as number 25 comes in, Mike Kehoe for EIU. And for the Flyers, number 19, Scott Allen, a freshman from Cincinnati.
For Nate Dar.
Probably giving Dar about a 5 or 6 minute breather for the balance of this game. Allen, a freshman, like we talked about, has played in 2 games, gave the Flyers pretty decent minutes on Sunday in their win over Evansville. Throw-in coming for Eastern Illinois. We're inside the 32nd minute at Beaujean Field. Dayton leads at 1-0 over Eastern Illinois on the Time Warner Television College Game of the Week. And it's been a dandy so far. Burke. Stood up by Stebbins. Stebbins with it. Throw-in coming. Dayton will do its best to work some clock now at every opportunity they can get. Swanson will throw it for Dayton.
19 has too many more touches like that, and Nate Dar will be on quicker.
Swanson gets called for a foul there.
It's a square ball on a throw-in, which is a dangerous ball, especially at this point in the game, and then his touch just made things worse. But it's tough. It's a tough ball to get when you just get into a match as well. Dayton would have been better to throw that ball down the line.
Mike Comiskey will take the restart for Dayton, or excuse me, for Eastern Illinois. Right-footed ball.
Oh,
Troop has trouble with it. Goal for Eastern Illinois.
That's a gift.
Ryan Luckett gets the equalizer at the 73:02 mark. The ball went right through the hands of Troop, and Luckett was there at the far post.
That's a gift. But he was there, and it's 1-1. And unfortunately, the goal that I thought was gonna get scored was by the wrong team. Well, now we'll see what both coaches do, because things will probably change a bit.
Very unfortunate for Troop, because he had played a fantastic game for Dayton thus far. Very confident in the goal on the crosses and the services, and we'll take a look at this one again.
His hands were wide as he went up to get the ball. I mean, you need your hands behind the ball as a goalkeeper. He just brought him in wide and it went right through. It was just bad technique. When you're the goalkeeper, you can't make mistakes. Every other player out there's made their share today. But it happens at every level.
So Luckett gets lucky and ties the match at 1. This is dangerous again. Chips it. Header.
Oh my goodness.
By Clatter is too high.
See, and the Flyers have made some changes. So Swanson is in the left side of midfield. Is that who that is out there?
Yeah, Swanson on the far side.
And the right back is new. Number 8, no.
You know what? That's
Devin McKinney.
McKinney comes back on.
Good. His knee's fine. Must have just been a knock. Well, that's good.
Campbell's header.
Well,
Eastern Illinois with some new life now that they got the equalizer, and this is a brand new match right now.
It's just what I was going to say, Mike. They're fired up. There's no question. They're flying around out there. Flyers need to get some possession and get some chances for themselves.
And Brogno tried to draw a foul. Nanchoff keeps the ball at his feet.
There it is. There it is.
Swanson.
Oh, he still
Swanson
got
keeps
the ball
alive. Leaves it to Stebbins. Shot
goal. It's Ty Stebbins magic.
Scores, and Dayton takes the lead 2-1.
Great ball from Nanchoff. Swanson fought for the ball in the box and had a level head to be able to play off to Stebbins, who buries it into the side netting. Great goal. Great goal.
Nanchoff and Swanson to get the assists on the Stebbins goal. Pounded it from right outside the 18.
Great shot. That's the way to answer a goal.
That sure is. Just as we thought the momentum was starting to swing in the direction of Eastern Illinois, Stebbins makes it 2-1.
Flyer goal scored by number 9, Ty Stebbins. The assist is number 18, Aaron Swanson, and number 14, Jordan Nanchoff. Time of the goal, 74-30.
So Nanchoff and Swanson get the assists on the 4th goal of the season for Stebbins. Stebbins continues to lead the team in that category, 4 on the season. Nanchoff, after Stebbins with a great tackle, Stebbins is going to have it back. Tries to slot a pass to Nanchoff, got unlucky, was intercepted.
It's a nice goal for Ty. Oh my goodness.
Combination, Gillespie,
there's another
shot,
one.
scored! Tied up again.
That was right down the middle of the defense there. Nice combination play, but that just opened up like the Red Sea.
The freshman Mick Gillespie gets the goal, and keep it 2. Let's take a look at this one again.
Great ball by 5 into the English player.
Comiskey leaves it for Gillespie.
And Gillespie knows how to finish when he gets inside the 18. Just plays it over the top of the goalkeeper. That was easy. Goodness.
Soccer's an amazing sport, Roy. We go 45 minutes and have 1 goal, and we've just had 3 in the span of about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's not over now. So we'll see if Dayton can rise to the occasion again.
Allen leaves it on the far side. That's Mulligan. Mulligan chips it up over the top, looking for Nanchoff, who was headed down by Comiskey. Nanchoff steps in for Dayton, keeps the ball alive, leaves it for Stebbins. Stebbins gets around the outside and gets fouled, and then gets the ball right to the face. How was that not a card?
I think the referee had some words for him.
Let's look at this one again. In the 76-minute tie, gets fouled, knocked down, and then...
Oh, here you go.
Stebbins, restart, headed by Jaron, kept alive. Still a shot, big save. Mulligan at the shot, he's going to take it again.
That was a great shot. Great volley, turnaround volley from point-blank range. Just unfortunately hit the keeper.
Shot through Jaron, headers, goal! Omar Jaron scores with the assist.
And I looked at the referee to see if he was offside. There's no call.
And Dayton takes the lead 3-2.
Their coaches certainly think so. It looks like he was behind the defense, but regardless, the linesman was right there. And it's 3-2.
Look at this again. No, he stays on.
I don't know.
He stayed on when that ball was served, I thought, Roy.
Well, it was on. It's a goal. 3-2.
Mike Szymanski's the only guy that matters in this, and he said he was onside,
exactly
so it's 3-2 Dayton.
That's exactly right.
Szymanski being the assistant referee on the line.
One of the things about offsides, unless you're right on the line, you can't tell. And even from our angle, it's impossible to say he was or he wasn't in any situation. 3-2. Well, there's another goal in a span of about a minute.
So a flurry of goals, 4 goals in the last couple minutes here, and Dayton takes the lead 3-2. They led 1-0 at the half.
I sort of get the feeling this might not be over, too. I mean, I think there might be another goal or 2 left in this match.
But in 3.5 minutes, 4 goals have been tacked onto the scoreboard, and Dayton leads at 3-2. Nanchoff comes away quickly. Leaves it for Rehnquist. Rehnquist has got Swanson on a dead run on the far side. To Dar. Dar keeps it alive. Good stuff, but didn't have Jaron on the run.
Oh, good win. Oh, I like it. Poor McKinney. He's had a rough one.
McKinney goes down again. Gets up quickly, though. It's unfortunate for Eastern Illinois because it appeared that they were going to have a quick restart.
Yes, they had a quick restart. It's just from 20 yards behind where the foul was, which is a little too much. They've got everybody forward. 8 players in the box.
Comiskey will take the restart.
The 8th player getting into the box now.
Comiskey had the assist on the second EIU goal. Headed to the far post. Nobody there. Comiskey a little upset because that was a perfect ball to the far post, and
well, that's been fun.
Couldn't connect on the run.
Can't complain about no goals in this soccer game. Let's hope for the Flyers' sake there's no more going into the goal down here. How good does the our goalkeeper feel? You know, he's been picked up by his team.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
Swanson for Dayton. Turns the corner, leaves it for Nanchoff. Nanchoff to Dar. Dar shot just wide.
Is that not a corner? No, I thought that deflected. I heard a deflection, but I guess not.
Matt Hodges will come into the match now for Eastern Illinois. He'll take out Del Toro.
Yeah, you play short. They're right back. Switches it to their left back.
10:45 left here at Beaujean Field. The Time Warner Television College Game of the Week has been everything we talked about. 3-2 Dayton, now leading the Panthers of Eastern Illinois.
Boy, and you can kind of, you know, the talk that I had with their coach was almost prophetic. They're playing pretty well, having some good chances, just a bit unlucky. And while Dayton's played a little bit better, I think, than EIU overall in this match, EIU's done what they needed to do to get a result on the road. It's been a little unlucky.
And again, the EIU coach comes up off the bench asking for a foul call. Shot to Troop. That's a tough ball because that was deflected.
Good save. It would have been in corner.
Under 10 minutes now to play in the game. Dayton leading it 3-2, looking for their third straight victory and to go to 3-1 on the season. Eastern Illinois trying to break a skid right now. They're at 2-4. At this point, I can guarantee you that Eastern Illinois coach Adam Howarth and the referee Mikkel
It's a little bit on 16.
Milliken will not be shaking hands after this game.
16 had a lot of time there and turned and played the ball to his goalkeeper, and I thought maybe his goalkeeper was going to play a big long punt. I thought there was some purpose behind it. But
Hartwig, good tackle, comes away with it. Weir leaves it for Earl. Earl and back to Weir now. Dustin Weir intercepted by Swanson. Swanson and Jaron now. Jaron on the run.
Swanson himself.
Swanson will take it himself. Good recovery by Amdor.
That's a nice attack, though, and he realized that Jaron was offsides and tried to continue to play to himself.
Jaron has the ball, no, right-footed shot, and that's wide and high. Corner kick coming up.
Their players seem bewildered by that call.
I think a lot of people here are bewildered. I think the Flyers are a bit confused by that call as well, but they'll take it.
You know, the other thing that Eastern Illinois is facing is that this is their second game. They played Wednesday night, they're playing tonight, and then they have a match on Sunday. That's almost unheard of at this level of college soccer. Play 3 games in 6 days.
Oh. Dayton will make a sub before the corner kick. Robinson will come back in and take out Swanson. Swanson will lead to a nice round of applause from the Dayton fans.
Swanson must have been knackered after that
swinging
run.
Ball headed by Dar, goes right back to
the corner.
Nanchoff.
Nanchoff saves it to a throw-in. That's okay, it's wasting time, and it got Andre involved.
That's right.
And on the scene there.
Anytime you can roll time off the clock and get Andre involved in the game,
it's a good thing.
It's a win-win.
That's exactly right. For those of you that don't know, Andre is the ball person on the far side there that comes to most of the soccer games and the football games for the Flyers.
Andre sporting the light blue today. Kind of a throwback. Those are your days, the light blue colors.
No, that was before me, actually.
Sorry.
That's okay. There was a day when they wore the sky blue.
Would that have been back in the Bill Rohrbach eras?
Yeah, it probably was.
Dar gets a card, probably for language, would be my guess. And interesting that Dar gets a card after the EIU coach has been up and down the sidelines with the referee for about the last 40 minutes of this game.
Now, the last time they had a restart from here was the...
Dangerous. So the clock stopped with 7 minutes to go. Dayton clings to the 1-goal lead after a flurry of goals in a 3-minute and 30-second span when the Dayton never gave up the lead. But it was tied.
It's good to see him come out, and he even got that one under pressure. His technique was much better.
Troop comes out quickly to Nanchoff, has it intercepted by Comiskey. Comiskey, middle of the park, leaves it for Amdor. Amdor gets by Mulligan. Amdor crosses it, tipped into the air.
That's trouble.
By Troop, still loose. Headed down by Robinson, served back in on a shot by Gillespie, and it's wide. Great chance there for the Panthers to get the equalizer. 3-2, Dayton hangs on to the lead. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here.
That was really just a bad ball that Manchoff gave away in the midfield that started that whole flurry. So you got to cut that down. Keep possession, play the ball long, kill time.
It's about the first time tonight you can say that Nanchoff has played a bad ball. He has played spectacular.
He has had a great match, I agree.
For the Flyers. Dar looking to get his nose in there. It's going to come to, still knocked around. Rehnquist wanted a chance at it.
Eastern Illinois will throw more and more players forward, I'm sure.
Comes on the near side. Stewartson leaves it. Dangerous. Hodge shot. Saved by Troop.
So that was nice soccer. Some 3 or 4 players involved there and some trickery, and ended up with a decent shot on goal.
That was a great little combination, like you said, for Eastern Illinois. And if Hodges can get any elevation on that ball, that becomes a dangerous chance for Troop. The Dayton faithful wanted a foul call.
It's not what you want to do when you're behind in the game, is whack balls out of bounds.
5 minutes left. Mulligan's throw-in comes into Jaron. Stebbins chips it up over the top. Jaron will try and settle it. He keeps it at his feet, plays it to Dar.
Need to keep the ball here and go forward.
Dar, middle of the field, will chip it to the corner to Nanchoff. Will track it down. Nanchoff.
Don't foul.
Battles with Luckett.
Little heel flick in the final third. That's confidence.
Luckett was the goal scorer for EIU to put them on the board first. Rehnquist has it, middle of the field, will play wide.
Just keep the ball. Be patient.
Robinson. Robinson tried to split 2 defenders. Can't, but a throw-in coming for Dayton. Another opportunity for Dayton to kill some clock now. Just coming up on 4 minutes left to play.
Very smart there by Robinson. Took the player on, knew the ball was going to go out of bounds.
Throw-in comes to Nanchoff. Nanchoff at the elbow. Chips it right-footed. Bicycle kick by Stebbins goes wide.
That would have been a good ending. Explanation point to this game.
That would have sealed the deal for Dayton in spectacular fashion. But Eastern Illinois dodges the bullet. Still down by 1. Some more good combination.
Absolutely.
Stewartson with it would break to the end line. Robinson holds him up. Great stuff by Desan. He gets fouled. Robinson gets right in the face of Stewartson. The referee's got a step between them. And in the meantime, let's take a look at the replay. Got a bicycle kick on the
other side. Someone's going to get booked here, I think.
Let's look at the replay here. The Stebbins shot. Would have been fantastic if he could have put that one away. And a
great goal. Desan doing what he's on to do. He defended well in the back there. Wasted some time.
And in the meantime, we'll take a look at the foul now. Robinson stood up Stewartson and then gets tripped up. But the Flyers back to action quickly. Nanchoff to Dar. Dar tries to change direction, slips up a little bit and can't keep the ball at his feet, and the Eastern Illinois is going to come away again.
It's again just a giveaway there that you don't want to see.
Hodges with it. Hodges changes direction in the box. Stood up by Hartwig.
You can see that ball was lost at the top of our 18, and in the blink of an eye there inside our 18, causing us some problems.
Under 3 minutes to go now at Beaujean Field. Service comes in, headed straight up in the air by Hodges. This is still loose. Robinson comes away, gets tripped up. Another foul called against Eastern Illinois.
Desan has spent more time laying on the ground since he's been on. Bit of a veteran player there.
Gets fouled once and twice on that possession.
He fell hard on his shoulder and his face. I mean,
yeah, he's holding that shoulder as he gets up the right shoulder. So the clock stopped at 87:43. No card issued on the play, but the referee stopping the clock because he thought the Flyers might have been delaying the game a little bit, which they were. Richie Campbell takes the long restart. Jaron is completely tied up from behind. No foul call. Now the throw is going to go to Eastern Illinois. And an incredible distance away from where the ball went out. I'm surprised the referee let them get away with that. So under 2 minutes now.
They're still fighting.
Clatter gets triple teamed.
The ball almost got through. Goodness.
Amdor with it. Amdor's going to get by Stebbins, but he's not going to get by Jaron.
That was a foul.
Foul gets called against Jaron, so this will be dangerous for Eastern Illinois. Minute 35 left to play now.
He went in two-footed there. It's a good.
I think he gets the ball first.
I take that back on the replay. That was not nearly as bad as it looked from here. You're absolutely right.
So maybe the referee responding more to the reaction of the EIU
Look, their
player.
goalkeeper's in the box. How many times
Look
have you
at
seen
this.
that? It's an empty net at the other
Nobody
end.
in goal. Knocked down by Dar.
The extra attacker, huh? Good hockey.
And Mike Sims is going to have to make a long trek all the way back to his goal. Rehnquist with it, with Sims running back to his goal. Rehnquist shot. 2 corners can be corner kick.
Yeah, but that's waste some time. Hey, you like to see it, though. What the heck?
Under a minute, though. 45 seconds now, and this should be it. We'll take a look at this one again.
Rehnquist's eyes were big. He hit a good ball there. It was wide. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper didn't know
How
that.
they've not let that go, Roy?
Yeah, well, that's what his coach was saying. That's exactly what his coach was saying. He just lost track of where he was.
So now 30 seconds. Nanchoff will milk as much time as he can. Possibly he will look to play this short to Robinson. He will. Robinson will just kill it in
hold
the
it
corner.
at the corner.
20 seconds now as Dayton is looking at his 3rd win of the season and 3rd straight. 15 seconds. Tremendous match here at Beaujean Field.
That does it. What a great win.
And that's going to do it.
Good college soccer match.
The fans at Beaujean Field and you at home treated to a great one on Time Warner Television tonight. Dayton hangs on to beat Eastern Illinois 3-2. We'll be right back to Beaujean Field to wrap things up after this. Welcome back to Beaujean Field. Mike DeGeorge and Roy Craig along with you, wrapping up an incredible game here on Time Warner Television as Dayton beats Eastern Illinois 3-2. And Roy, you hate to say that the game was decided on a goal that The Flyers might have been offsides, but Dayton from the start deserved to win this match. Outshoots Eastern Illinois 24-11, outcorners them 6-2. All the stats in the Flyers' favor, and is the final score.
Yeah, it was a good match, and like I said, their coach is prophetic. They played well enough to win. The Flyers just got the goals when they needed to. That was everything that's good about college soccer. That was just a fun half.
Yeah, that was a great 45 minutes, great 90 minutes of soccer.
Absolutely.
Omar Jaron leads the Flyers with 6 shots. He puts 4 on goal and gets the game-winning goal on the assist from George Nanchoff in the 77th minute. Ty Stebbins made it 2-1 Dayton in the 75th minute. Dayton Robinson put Dayton on the board first, back in the first half, which seems like ages ago after the second half. Robinson gets the assist from Andy Arst, Devin McKinney, Stebbins' goal from Swanson and Nanchoff. And like we talked about, George Nanchoff in on the second goal and in on the game-winning goal. Probably the Flyer of the match today.
Yeah, that was a good. And I think Dassan's goal was right at the beginning of the half, actually. Do you remember we came out on kickoff and we scored?
That's right, it was. Everything in the second half.
It was a good second half of soccer. So good for the Flyers. You know, they can work on a few things. I think that they kept possession. I think they had better runs up top. They can work a little bit on killing the game at the end there. I thought they made some bad choices, but it's a 3-2 win, and they're even after being 0-3-1. That's great stuff.
And the Atlantic 10 Conference picked the Flyers to be the preseason favorites in the league. So at 3-3-1, they head into conference play with a lot of momentum. Now 3 straight wins. And the Atlantic 10 play looming with St. Bonaventure and Duquesne next, and then we'll have the St. Joe's game for you in a couple weeks here on Time Warner Television. So for Bob Campbell, Jim Coughlin, Susan Chrysler, Grant Miles, Tom Stokes, Joe Marler, the illustrious Dave Wynn, and my partner, Roy Craig, I'm Mike DeGeorge. Thanks for joining us on Time Warner Television. Dayton 3, Eastern Illinois 2. Good night, everybody.
Suck it up, Mikey. Suck it up, Mike. Mike, take heart. You're 25% of the way done.
This was no sturgeon. Nothing against sturgeon, but this thing would tow a sturgeon around the ocean backwards by his tail.
Ahí viene. Yeah, way to go. Pretty good. We've been leaving, putting them back into the Sea of Cortez. It's good for business. Then you can come back next year and get them again.
My first ever marlin. Kevin's gotten some monsters. That's the first one I've ever hooked. Previously, 2 sailfish, and these guys said, forget about sailfish. These things are 3 times as strong and 10 times as mean, and they're right. I'm thinking
Is this your dream? To catch a giant blue marlin and maybe win $90,000 for it? Stop dreaming. Every year in Hawaii, visitors and locals catch and win huge prizes in Hawaii's Maui Jim Marlin tournaments. With one of the largest and most affordable charter fleets in the world, Hawaii's fishing tournaments are adventures the whole family can be part of. Log on to KonaTournaments.com and find out how to make your dream come true at this year's Maui Jim Marlin Series.
Whether you like battling coastal steelhead, river salmon, or sturgeon, Kulshan Excursions has it covered. Outfitted with a jet sled, drip boat, or river raft, Kulshan Excursions offers trips of a lifetime on Washington's greatest rivers. Visit KulshanExcursions.com and book your trip today. We invite you to visit us online at Fisherman'sHeaven.com. Send us an email, check out upcoming episodes, order shows you've missed, or just see where we're fishing next. Fisherman'sHeaven.com. We'll see you online.
To U.S. News and World Report, Children's Hospital Boston is the first place that doctors traditionally choose as the best pediatric hospital in the country. To researchers throughout the world, Children's Hospital Boston is the preeminent pediatric research facility and the current epicenter in the battle against cancer. To medical historians, Children's Hospital Boston is where the first successful remission of acute pediatric leukemia took place, where the polio virus was first isolated, and where the first cystic fibrosis research center was founded. But to Taya Mazalowski, Bray Cabot, Javron Josephson, and their parents, Children's Hospital Boston is the place that made it possible for them to smile again, to be a family again. And of all these proud accomplishments, being the first place for children and their families is far and away the proudest. Whether you live across the street or across state lines, this is your Children's Hospital.
Cortez Baja Sun is unlike anything you see in anywhere else on planet Earth. In fact, I don't know what the Spanish word is, but El Stinko comes to mind.
To a child, playtime is a rehearsal for the real world they will inherit as adults. It's where they learn to be tolerant, to share, to communicate how they feel, to dream. Don't underestimate the power of play.
Fernandez, congratulations! You just won the grand prize in a Selective Service sweepstakes. Just for registering with Selective Service, you hit the jackpot. You can now get college loans, government jobs, and job training. All for filling out that little registration card at the post office. Men must register with Selective Service when they turn 18. Go to sss.gov or the post office.
It's the law.
There are heroes.
My dad fixed things for everyone.
Whose names we never hear, reaching out to help their fellow man.
And me?
There are dreamers.
Well, I just held the light.
Who are making dreams come true, taking time to teach the children there's nothing they can't do. All it takes is a point of light.
Over the years, we fixed things for friends we knew and some we didn't. He was teaching me more than just how to fix